Hello, viewers. Now, today I'm going to speak to you about it's a podcast, and in a podcast I take different subjects, and one of the subjects that I have taken today is the Border-Gavaskar Trophy that has just concluded the 2024 Border-Gavaskar Trophy. Now, this is a series in which there was great public interest, and we see that there was a record crowd. And now the fact that Australians came in such numbers, not only Australians but Indians and people all over the world were so interested, shows how the series was of the highest quality. However, we see that when the final results came, Australia won it 3-1. In fact, it could have gone both ways till the fifth test to the fifth day. Instead of being 3-1, it could have easily been 2-2 had maybe Bumrah been all right. Okay, some of the outstanding uh, moments or times or see or areas that we could see. One was Bumrah's bowling. It was of a tremendous and of the highest quality. On the other hand, we can also see, all right, Pat Cummins, his bowling also. He got Bumrah, when Bumrah got 32 wickets, he got 25. Okay, so on the Australian side, we see that you know ba- uh, that Pat Cummins was able to also get 20. And another factor was, Pat Cummins at crucial moments, he was able to bat in a way that kind of turned the match at that moment, gave the impetus to the Australian team. All right, so and then there was batting on both sides. On one side, there was Travis Head batting, and Consus, his also is batting. And on the other hand, we can see the decisive factors of yeah, both Yashwal, Yashasvi, and Kohli scoring a century in the first match, and then finally Rishabh Pant in the final match. His batting was of the highest quality. So we there were different times when the at different moments, or the batting of Reddy when he scored his century, and Conscious when he scored that 61. Right, we can see different factors and different times that there was great interest and great times when the series was you know at at uh, at that pivotal time when it could be turned. All right, but what I want to come to look at is leadership. We are thinking about leadership, and for me, the decisive factor in the Gavaskar Trophy was Pat Cummins' leadership. Of course, we saw Bumrah's leadership also. All right, we could see. I mean, unfortunately, Bumrah was not able to take the leadership to all, but we could see that in the first innings, in the first test, when India was bowled out for a low total, you could sense that Bumrah took the ball and took the leadership into his own hands, and with his this thing was able to wrest the initiative from the Australians. All right, that was. But another factor, some of the factors that we could see, that both the batting sides were were struggling. The top five were struggling in both the teams. All right, but when we came to the third innings, right, it was Travis Head's batting. All right, that 140 that seemed to slowly turn turned a tide towards Australian side, and then came Steve Smith, and then we saw the young Consus as he attacked Bumrah, right? That period of time was when the Australians were taking control. But the factor that I see, the most that I would um, the time when Hazelwood who was bowling brilliantly, all right, he got injured, all right. And at that time, if you were I was watching the match live. If you watched that, at that time, when the Indian batters were sensed that Hazelwood was injured, and you know he could they could take the initiative, it was at that moment that Pat Cummins came on. He took the ball and he came on, and he bowled a tremendous spell, and was able to was thwart the initiative that the Indian team could have taken at that time. And we can see that his calming effect, his leadership, and his determination at key moments began to lift the Aussie batting also. And I'm sensing that that leadership, that strength, the Aussie leadership, the batting also began to take a turn. And we can see that Steve Smith came to his own. He got 2 centuries. We can see that Travis Head took took the initiative to the or took the battle to the Indian side. So right through, of course, there was a tremendous battle on both sides, and they gave us great until the last. But uh, to my mind, it was Cummins' this leadership at vital moments that turned the tide. So I here what I want to talk from this is leadership. I mean, how do we define leadership? It is not talent. I mean, all the both the teams had the talent, right? But it is leadership is the ability to seize a moment, to see the opportunities, to be able to seize the moment, and to be able to create that impact that would turn the tide to your side. All right. So this is something that Pat Cummins, and that was, I think, in the whole of the border um, Gavaskar uh, trophy. That was the decisive period. All right, that was the decisive factor that changed that brought the leadership to, got the Australians to win the series, right? And we can see that so even in Indian cricket, we seem to sense that there is a dearth of leadership, even when selecting the team, bringing out the team's vital moments in the game, when you need to strategize, when you need to at that moment get the momentum on your side. For example, you see that Kohli's and partnership between um, uh, Jesus as well. Um, that time, and he was at 86. Uh, you know, and it was the last 30 minutes of the day. That was a crucial time. Had they just got together and discussed and told each other, no, you just cool down, right? Cool down, perhaps the whole series would have changed. But at that moment of brain fade, when he banged the ball, and he didn't even look whether Kohli was running or anything. At that moment, at 86, maybe he wanted a century quickly or whatever it is. Those were the moments when the calming effect, the leadership, counts. Okay, and it was in those moments, crucial moments, that we could sense that in the Indian team, a lack of leadership, that so it was a great, both when two, almost two equally balanced team. Okay, leadership is very vital, right, in this. So with this, we come to the end of this podcast. If you like this podcast, I would like you to support me by subscribing to it, and then liking it, and then sharing it and pressing the notification button, so that you get many more podcasts of this quality. Okay, I furthermore, I am thinking of having interviews with important people, and trying and thinking of new ways of bringing new ideas and new podcasts. Okay, so I need your support in all this, and till we meet again, bye.